Runner from BellatorGiro.com. Not arrogant, just better. Just going to give my pre-fight predictions on UFC 139, Henderson versus Shogun. This fight card, top to bottom, looks stacked. It's got loads of great fighters, loads of big names, and I'm looking forward to it. Just a bit disappointed with UFC on Fox, because in the UK you couldn't catch that fight anywhere. But anyways, that's how it is, and I'll probably try to catch up with the fights later on. Anyways, I'm going to start off. I'm going to pick about 6 or 7 fights on this fight card. Only briefly on some, but I'm going to go into depth with the more main event fights. Okay, so I'm going to start off in the lightweight division. So I'm going to go with Gleason Tebow getting beat by Rafael dos Anjos by let's go submission. We'll go second round submission, because I think Rafael dos Anjos has got great jiu-jitsu. And yep, that's it. So Rafael dos Anjos, second round submission. Okay, now in the bantamweight division we have Miguel Angel Torres versus Nick Pace. Nick Pace is a good fighter, but I've got to go with Miguel Torres. His record is outstanding. He's got a good mullet. He's got a great bottom game. He's got great jiu-jitsu. He's got good striking. He's a lot taller than most guys in his weight class. And because he's a future legend in the sport, I'm going to go with Miguel Torres on this fight. And I think I'm going to get it by a second round TKO. Okay, now in the middleweight division we have Chris Weidman versus Filthy Tom Lawler. Filthy Tom Lawler's coming off a big win over Patrick Cote. Exploited Patrick Cote's weak, very weak ground game. Didn't want to stand and bang with him. Smart game plan. And he's fighting Chris Weidman, who is a protege of Matt Serra and is very good. Got a very good ground game. His stand-up seems to be alright, but he seems to dominate people on the ground. And I say he's going to dominate Tom Lawler on the ground here. Because I know Tom Lawler's got a good ground game, but it's not great. And all the praise that Matt Serra's give about Weidman, I'm going to have to go with Weidman, because I think he's going to have the good ground and pound, he's going to have the wrestling, and he's going to be able to dominate Filthy Tom Lawler, and Lawler's going to lose this fight. I'm going to go via decision. Yeah, no, in fact, I'm going to go third round submission. I think it'll be interesting, and it'll be a third round submission by Chris Weidman. Yeah, I've got to go with Ryan Bader on this fight, because I think he's got the knockout power. He's going to be the bigger, stronger wrestler, and that's just how it's going to go. And I think Jesse Brill's going to get cut from the UFC, and we'll see where he goes from there. But I'm going to go with Ryan Bader, second round knockout. Yeah, I think this is a very bad fight for Martin Kampmann. It's a very risky fight, because I can't see Dana White keeping him after this fight if he loses to Rick Story. Rick Story is a big, powerful wrestler. I think he's going to be able to smother Martin Kampmann in this fight. He's not going to let Kampmann breathe. He's just going to get on his back like he did Thiago. He's not going to let Kampmann use his striking, which is the better aspect of his game. I'm not saying that his ground game is poor, because against Paulo Thiago he showed that his ground game was pretty decent. But I've got to go with Rick Story in this fight. I think it was, when he fought Charlie Brenneman, it was an interesting fight, and he shouldn't have really took the fight, to be honest, because he had a lot more to lose. And the way they ranked Charlie Brenneman after that fight was just stupid. They had him like number 5 welterweight in the world, which is very stupid. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to go with Rick Story in this fight. I think Martin Kampmann, bad fight, and he's going to get cut from the UFC. He's going to have to go away somewhere, have 3 fights, win, and then come back to the UFC and do the business. But he's going to get cut after this fight, I think. I think Rick Story's got too much for him, and that's what I'm going to go with. Rick Story's going to win via decision, via wrestling. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to go with Stephan Bonner in this fight. I think he's going to beat Carl Kingsbury. I'm going to go second round TKO, and yeah, Stephan Bonner's going to win this fight. I know Stephan Bonner doesn't have bang knockout power, but he's good at his striking. He's got very orthodox kicks, and you know what fight, the way he comes to fight. And yeah, I'm going to go with Stephan Bonner, second round TKO. Boom. And moving on to the top 3 fights of this card. This is the card of champions, basically. We've got Uriah Faber versus Brian Bowles. Brian Bowles, technically undefeated in MMA. The only fight he lost was to doctor stoppage. He was losing the fight against Dominic Cruz, but he broke his hand and he was unable to carry on. I know Uriah Faber has carried on in fights when he's broke body parts or been kicked crap out of by Jose Aldo, but one thing, I think Brian Bowles is a very strong fighter. He's got really good knockout power. He's the former champion of the WEC, and Uriah Faber is a very strong wrestler, likes to smash people from the guard and just like to do the business, you know what I mean? But I like Brian Bowles, and I do not like Uriah Faber. He's just his big chin, his Johnny Bravo look. There's something about him that I really don't like, but I have to go with him on this fight. I think he's gonna have the better wrestling, and that's where he's gonna dominate. Because me personally, I would not want to stand with Brian Bowles, because if he hits you once, you're gonna go to sleep, and that is open, close, shut, book, boom. That's it, done. I'm gonna go with Uriah Faber, and I think he's gonna get this fight by a let's go decision, because I don't think he's gonna finish him. Because I don't think Brian Bowles is gonna be stupid enough to get caught in a submission or anything like that. But I want to go Uriah Faber by decision. Okay, now in the co-main event we have Wanderlei Silva versus Cung Le. Cung Le is a great striker. He is a legend in the striking game. Wanderlei Silva is a legend in MMA. He's a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. He comes to bang, and I think this is just a bad fight for him, because I think Cung Le is the better striker. He can keep Wanderlei Silva at a distance with his striking, with his kicks, and I don't think Wanderlei Silva is going to fight smart. He's a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. He should use his Jiu-Jitsu skills, because I guarantee Cung Le has not trained any ground game for this fight, because he believes that Wanderlei Silva is just going to want to go strike, and that's it. He's going to strike, stand and bang with him, and that is it. If Wanderlei Silva wants to keep his job in the UFC, he needs to fight smart, and he needs to use his ground game. Like Thiago Silva, he is a great striker, but to dominate fights, he's a 230-pound guy when he walks around, yeah, and he used his ground game to beat Brandon Vera, which is a smart way, because he knows he's a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu and he knows he's skilled, but I don't think Wanderlei Silva's going to do that, and I think Cung Le's going to kick his head off at some point in this fight. I don't know, it's just, if I was Wanderlei Silva and I had a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, I would use my Jiu-Jitsu skills to beat Cung Le, because everybody knows Cung Le is an out-and-out striker, and that is his biggest part of his game, is his striking, which is his kicks, his punches, and it's just, I don't know. Cung Le's only lost once, and he's lost to Scott Smith. Wanderlei Silva, he's lost his last, I don't know, 15 fights, except for Bisbee or something. But anyways, Wanderlei Silva, I do like him. I just don't think he's fighting smart lately. I know he's got good cardio, trains hard, and everything, but I think Cung Le's going to win this fight. Cung Le's going to kick his head off, probably the first round. And in the fight against Lieben, I knew what was coming. I knew what was coming. So I think Wanderlei Silva's going to lose this fight. He's going to lose it bad. He's going to get knocked out. He's going to get cut from the UFC, because he can't perform with the best fighters in the world anymore, and that's just how it is, and that's how I'm going to go with Cung Le. I think Cung Le's going to get this fight. He's going to win. He's going to win easily, and yeah, that's it really. And moving on to the main event, we have Dan Henderson, former Strikeforce champion, versus Mauricio Shogun Rua, former light heavyweight champion of the UFC. Breaking down this fight, both fighters are coming off wins. I can't really class the Shogun fight as a big, massive win, because in my eyes, how I looked at that fight, it looked like a fix to me. Forrest Griffin didn't look himself. He didn't come out with his normal high kick for his first attack. He was too hesitant, and if you told me that Forrest Griffin took a dive in that fight, and I'd believe it because it didn't look promising. And Dan Henderson is coming off a big win over Fyodor Emelianenko, former best fighter in the world, and he's coming off 3 big losses. Fyodor is. Anyways, Dan Henderson, you know what he always wants to do. He wants to come in and he wants to throw this big right hand and knock you the fuck out. Mauricio Shogun Rua likes to do the same sort of thing, but he's got more in his arsenal. He's got better kicks. He's got better, well, not better punching. He's got good punching. They keep saying that he's the best Muay Thai striker in the UFC, but I think that's debatable at the end of the day. Mauricio Shogun Rua, I think, will have the better jiu-jitsu. Dan Henderson, I'd say, he's got the better wrestling, but Dan Henderson does not like to rely on his wrestling. He likes to throw them big bombs and knock people out. I think this is going to be a 3-round war between Dan Henderson and Mauricio Shogun Rua. When you think about it, Dan Henderson, he hasn't lost to many fighters. He's lost to Jake Shields, Anderson Silva, and a few other guys, which I think Dan Henderson's got a good chin. Never been knocked out. Been summited obviously by Wanderlei Silva, and for a main event, I think this card makes up for anything because this is a good main event. These both guys used to fight in Pride, and them 2 fighters come to bang, and I think it'd be a great main event. I think it'd just be interesting. It's a toss up to what I think is going to happen. If I was going with what I predict and what I think, for some reason I just think that Dan Henderson's going to get knocked out for some reason. But Dan Henderson's got that big Johnny Bravo chin, Captain America chin, massive chin, and I just don't see him. He could land that right hand, but I think Shogun's going to be too elusive to that one shot, and that's the one shot that Dan Henderson has in his arsenal. I know we took Rampage Jackson to a close decision win when he came over from Pride, but I think it's going to be a good fight. I think Mauricio Shogun Rua is going to have more in his arsenal, and I think on that basis I'm going to give the fight to Mauricio Shogun Rua. But Dan Henderson, he knocks people's heads off, and he hits hard and he knocks people the fuck out. But yeah, I'm going to go with Mauricio Shogun Rua. I think it's going to be a 3-round war, and I'm going to go with Mauricio Shogun Rua winning via 3rd round TKO. And yeah, that's pretty much it that's it. I think this fight card from top to bottom is going to be good. There's some names on the card that I don't know, but I think they're going to be really interesting, and I'm looking forward to this card because I think it's going to be banging. Anyways, just before I go, if you've got a prediction, a comment, a thumbs up or thumbs down if you like the video or not. If you don't like, no worries. If you do like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you're going to post a comment saying, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, well, post it below, let me know what you think. Make sure you subscribe, check us out at Bellator. Some more stuff up and coming soon. I'm going to post out more vlogs, more videos, and remember to check out some more other videos, especially my milling from when I was in the army and everything like that. So this is me, runner, for my UFC predictions. 139, Henderson versus Mauricio Shogun Rua, and this is runner signing out. Peace.